Hello, friends and colleagues. The 2025 NAB Show is in full swing, and so is Briefly. This newscast highlights innovations from several companies. Otherworld Computing, located on the upper floor of the South Hall in the meeting rooms area, has some very exciting updates.
Larry O'Connor here at NAB 2025. You have really pleasure being here with Mikal. Get the opportunity to go through our product line, A to Z, what we're showing at the show this particular year. We'll start with our Archive Pro. Now, LTO is something that still has a lot of use, a lot of demand. It's a great archive tool. A lot of products a lot of film is still delivered on LTO. We have our Thunderbolt LTO solutions for LTO 7, 8, and 9. This goes up to 18 terabytes of uncompressed data that you can store on a single tape. Resilient, ships easy, can be stored without worry of any kind of failure for decades, literally. In addition now to our Thunderbolt solutions, we have our Archive Pro for Ethernet, which lets you share have the same plug and play, the same mounted experience you get with a direct attached Thunderbolt solution, but over network. Now, if you have a work group with multiple people that need access to LTO, whether it's for read, write, archive, etc., this enables the Archive Pro comes onto your network, and with a very simple piece of software, gives you a direct attached experience. So you get the same experience, the same performance, the same capabilities of connecting our Thunderbolt LTO to your computer, now via network. Next up, we have our Flex 8. We always love showing the Flex 8 out. This product was upgraded to now up to 192 terabytes of hard drive storage, or up to a total of 200 terabytes of solid state and hard drive solution in the same enclosure. This gives you effectively the equivalent of a Thunder Bay, up to our 8-bay model, and a Thunderblade 4-bay model in a single solution. And in addition, they give you extremely high-speed storage, data rates for Thunderbolt 40 gigabits that sustain 2800 megabytes a second. It also has docking capabilities and a PCIe slot, so you can connect USBs. It has a CF Express reader, SD reader, again a PCIe slot, and also a USB port. So it's really a production hub, high performance storage, high capacity storage, and a docking station and ingest station all in one. Move on to the Jellyfish Nomad. This solution is enabling what was impossible before to be possible. Where people have really high demands, production groups are being put under extreme pressure to turn things around very, very quickly. With creativity, with collaborative groups that need to get a lot done. It's not even a choice, have to get a lot done in a very short period of time. This supports up to 6 people working at full speed, whether it's DaVinci, Premiere, or Final Cut workflows. You have to bring footage in, edit, create, and output in absolutely record time. New this year, most of this stuff is new this year, and actually it was recognized by Video Maker with the Best of NAB. This is our new Thunderblade X12. The Thunderblade X12 goes up to 96 terabytes of capacity. It provides RAID redundancy with RAID 4 and RAID 5, and soon RAID 6. But it's 96 terabytes of Thunderbolt 5 array that supports the maximum speed that Thunderbolt 5 can do. It's supporting over 6,000 megabytes a second, sustained read and write speeds end to end. So this is the first in the world, and it's a first for OWC at NAB, and really excited to see Video Maker recognize it. Our Envoy Pro Ultra, this is the first and actually still the very best Thunderbolt 5 portable SSD. This today goes up to 4 terabytes of capacity. It sustains read speeds end to end of 6,000 megabytes a second. Write will hit those speeds, and then it slows down and maintains typically around 1,700 megabytes a second. So still very fast write, full Thunderbolt 5 speed for read, bus powered, 1 cable. It's IP67, so it'll take a dunk in the water and keep your data safe. It also is virtually indestructible. Run it over with a bus, and you still have a functional drive. We also have our Thunderbolt 5 hub, which provides great connectivity. As we look at Thunderbolt 5, in addition to the great bandwidth of Thunderbolt 5 is the ability to use a single port with multiple devices. Rather than a situation right now where you got to worry about making sure you spread your devices out on a 40 gigabit machine, Thunderbolt 5, one Thunderbolt 5 hub, a couple displays, high-speed device, whatever it might be. There's now enough bandwidth through a single port to support multiple devices without things slowing down, versus needing to do what you have to do today with Thunderbolt 4 and spread your devices. Thunderbolt 5 is not just about speed, it's about having that capability in a single port for one cable to support all those multiple devices and charge your system. And then we can move on to our Envoy Ultras, and our Atlas Pro and Ultras, including our readers. I know you've seen these before. We continue to bring this product up. I mean, it's always being added, I should say, expanded in terms of camera compatibility, enhance and ensure that we have the maximum and the best operation for you in the field. And that's a real very important thing that I always like to reiterate with Atlas. These Atlas cards are today there's Windows firmware update, and we're the only product on a Mac where you can firmware update cards. So when there is a new camera, when there's a new feature in an existing camera where firmware has been changed in a camera, this is a card that you don't have to replace just because something has changed or a new feature's been added to the camera. You can always update, you can always sanitize the card, and always know the health of the card. So you know you have a good card that's still in good shape, sanitize it, which brings back full factory performance, and if there's something new in the field, we will push a firmware update, and we have already pushed firmware updates to support new cameras as they've emerged in new modes. So we're here to make sure that you have technology that lasts. We're here to make sure you have technology that just works. So thank you.
Now let's head to the South Lower Hall, booth SL5823, to meet Paul Kaiha, CTO and co-founder of GlobalM.
So this year's NAB, we've got some new product launches at GlobalM. One of them is the ability to do HLS and MPEG dash as versioned outputs from our network. We currently support SRT, RIST, and RTMP. Another one of our product launches is our appliance line. We have a 1 rack unit and a half rack unit high density gateway, which we've got here and we're demonstrating. The gateway is ideal for network operators this one's more suited for on events, but the 1 rack unit being paired in the core of operators' networks allows them to build scalable cloud gateways, very similar to what we already do in public cloud in GlobalM. The third thing that we've launched at NAB is our brand new user interface. This is completely new from the ground up, and as you can see, we've got several feeds coming in from different parts of the world, and we're just using the Wi-Fi here so at low bit rate, it's actually working reasonably well. And I'm able to here see the previews of everything coming in. These would set up. We can see the alarms of how healthy these streams are, and I can easily just route one to another. So I can drop and drag, say yes, I'm going to reallocate. There you go, and I've actually just created a route. So this one input is now going out to 4 different outputs, and that's the power of GlobalM. It's designed to scale, so it can be an SRT service in to 1, 100, 1,000 SRT outputs or RIST outputs or a mix of them, even RTMP outputs. And the versioning, we can transcode, we can remux, we can even do PID remapping. We have our new alarm system that's been part of the new interface, which is exception monitoring. So we know if there's 2 encoders connected to the same input, or we know if the rights holder has the wrong passphrase entered in their decoder. So all of these different features that we have allow for a scalable, highly intelligent network technology that is quite different really than what else you can find around the show halls here.
Yesterday, we highlighted Canon's innovations for cinema production. Now it's time to explore the company's new broadcast lens.
Hi, we're here in the Canon booth at NAB 2025, and this is the new UJ122 novel look. So from the outside, it looks like any other 122, probably the most widely adopted long lens in recent sports coverage. What makes this different is it now has a novel look optical unit. Now this is a modification that we're offering for the lens. What it does is it mimics a shallow depth of field look while not having to build an entire SMPTE chain for one dedicated specialty shot. The idea is that this optical unit, that it fits on a turret inside of the lens, allows you to then switch back to your regular 1x and 2x standard operation. So you get that regular 2/3 look. You're shooting a football game, a basketball game, whatever it is, you have all the depth of field that you need. Then you can open up the aperture, because you still have to open up the aperture in order to get a shallow depth of field. It's much easier to maintain focus. So what we've done is we've done a little bit of optical alchemy in this extra unit that just went in an empty space in that turret that already existed. Once we put that in and we switch to that, the background melts out of focus, but the primary subject is going to remain in focus, and it gives the camera operator a lot more range of motion to hold focus on that primary subject, keep the background out of focus without losing the primary subject like they would at very wide open aperture like a 1.7 or a 2 when they're shooting in a regular 1 or 2x operation mode.
Keep your eye on our channel. More exciting updates are coming your way soon.